Option 1. Option 2, M70. Option 3, M90 with the 18.
I tell you what, the only thing I've ever changed on that one is I changed the dust cover on the top.
90 feels really heavy. M70 with the 16-inch barrel versus the 18 feels more manageable. And the KP9 feels like a winner.
I actually got a wood handle was cracked to where I was actually falling.
This is a PWS used. It's pretty nice. Microtex. What we got for? We don't have all those.
So, should we be behaving or misbehaving like the left? Probably not, but I think what Congresswoman Boebert said was what
Let's take a look. They have a CZ Micro. I always wanted to try the Micro, but I think I'd rather try the KP9 over that.
I just want to get your thoughts on this. You might agree with what she had to say, but is this the right
Information is on the FedEx.
No, this isn't British Parliament where you can just kind of yell stuff. Just as I thought that Nancy Pelosi
Oh, April Brown.
bring up Donald Trump's statement.
Tavor.
There it is, boss. April Brown. It's right here.
Here's a Banshee.
I didn't look at the name. I was looking at
That's a SARS 1019 9mm. SARS Malaz?
Another one of April's guns that he sat up all night.
I'm not sure what that is in the back. Looks like an AK variant, but I can't figure out which one it is.
They take a beating. More abuse because the tolerance is so low.
Alright, so 1200 on the M90,
I will say.
1050 on the KP9, $1,000 on the 70. M90 has the Magpul folder. The M70 has the other one, I forget the name of it. Similar. Well, I looked at the KP9. I love that gun. With the brace, I'm looking at around $1,330 with tax. As far as add-ons that I'll need a couple extra mags. There's $100 plus tax and shipping. I'd want the oversized charging handle knob that they sell to make it easier. They do sell, it's out of stock, but they sell a left side MP5 style charging handle with a lockable bolt that you can slap. When that's back in stock, I think that sells for $150 to $200-ish, $175. He has the brace here. Brace is $189, so all in it's around $1,330 something. The M90 and the M70. The M90, it's got the 18-inch barrel, so it's a bit hefty, it's a bit heavy. It feels on par with some of my 16-inch Sons Geisley rifle. It's got a bit of weight to it. It's got the Polymer 5.56 mag. That one's $11.99. And the M70 feels the best out of the two. That's $7.62. It's more manageable weight-wise. The M70 has not the Magpul flip, the other flip stock. I forget the name of it. It's the one that has the adjustable cheek riser. The M90 has the Magpul flip. He doesn't have any Serbian reds with the triangle stocks at all. I asked about those. He doesn't have any Z-Pap pistols. I asked about those. I took some picture and video. I held them all. I looked at them up and down again. I ran some numbers. The thing I keep going back to at this point in time is I should stick with a 9 or a 5.56 just to keep the ammo shareable with my AR platforms and or my handguns for the 9. Going with 7.62 right now. Some of the ranges I go to, you can't shoot steel. Brass 7.62 is already a little up there, and I imagine it's going to go a little higher. 9 mil gives me more options. That place in Bunnell, where I don't like their pseudo rifle range that they keep opening and closing, but they have a decent outdoor area to shoot. You can only shoot PCCs and handguns. I'd be able to shoot that there. The KP9 is much smaller and more maneuverable. It'll be braced though. So if anything comes down the pike with these idiots and their reinterpretation of laws, it's another possible loss of money if I have to SBR, but we'll see. That's overthinking, I think. I want to try an AK, but I don't like the weight of that M90. It's too heavy. And a heavy gun that shoots 5.56, I already have some of those, you know, and they're more accurate, you know. So I'm thinking about the KP9. I'm just adding all up the investment costs. $13.30 all in out the door. Another 100 and change on a couple of extra mags. I don't know what the knob is. It's probably $50 or so. I don't need the knob right away, but you know, definitely going to need a couple mags. So $13.30, $14.30, $14.75-ish with tax and shipping on the mags. So you're looking at around $1,500 all in. Now that's 9mm, so I can run my existing 9mm, and when I bulk buy 1,000 rounds, I'll be able to run that in all my handguns for training purposes. The M90 is nice, but I don't like the weight. It's a bit heavy, and frankly, I do better with my 16-inch ARs than I would the AK, at least for now. Now the M70 felt terrific. It felt great. I could rock this all day, no problem. It feels nice. It's got good weight to it. It's not too much. Now the M70, I still have to buy the optic rail. The aftermarket optic rail or the Zastava. That's probably a couple $100 just so I can run an optic at a reasonable, you know, well, actually any optic. This one doesn't even have pick rail in the front. So there's a couple $100. The M70 was $1,000 all in. You're looking at around $1,100-ish, a little less with tax. So 11, that's 13. So it's a discrepancy of $200 basically. But the M70 would also require me to buy a bunch of 7.62. So I'm mulling it over. I'm not ready to pull the trigger just yet. I'm really probably overthinking this one, but I'm just doing my due diligence, you know. Solid gun. I'm gonna sleep on it, and we'll see where fate takes me. I still want to go over what my training options will be. That KP9 really, it checks a lot of boxes. They had a Scorpion Micro in there and a couple of other PCCs. They had a Banshee. That one's a bit up there. It's about $1,500, $1,475. They had a couple SARS Malaz. I have to look those up. I've heard of the brand. I don't know how good they are. And there was another one that looked like an AK variant, but the sticker was blocked, and it looked like a version of a KP9, but I wasn't sure what the hell it was. It was cheaper. But, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to mull it over some more, think about it. I don't want to make a rash choice. I'm leaning towards that KP9. It'll let me learn the ergonomics of an AK while running 9mm in a comfortable lightweight platform that I can run at pretty much any range, even if it's handgun only, as long as I shoot brass. Some of the ranges don't care, some do. I'm this close, but I'm going to hold off one more day and think it over. Alright. Peace.